Welcome to NFL Rumors Tuesday. We're getting closer and closer to the mock draft, uh, or the real draft, the NFL draft. We're having our little mock draft of our top 10 tonight, as a lot of followers has asked us to really come on and do the mock draft, and we are doing that here today. So, looking at what we got here is we'll start out with the Carolina Panthers, and we have them picking Bryce Young from Alabama. With the second pick, we have the Houston Texans selecting Will Anderson from Alabama. We'll move on to the third overall pick, and the third overall pick will be the Arizona Cardinals, and we have the Arizona Cardinals selecting Tyree Wilson. We'll move on to the fourth pick, which is the Colts. We have them selecting Kentucky quarterback Will Levis. The fifth pick is held by the Seahawks. We have them picking Anthony Richardson, the quarterback from Florida. With the sixth overall pick, the Detroit Lions, we have them picking Jalen Carter from Georgia. With the seventh pick, the Raiders, we have them picking Devon Witherspoon from Illinois. With the eighth pick, that's the Atlanta Falcons, we have them picking the top running back in the draft, Bijan Robinson from Texas. With the ninth overall pick, that was will be the Chicago Bears, and that we have them picking from Ohio State, Paris Johnson. Remember, the Bears and the Panthers did a trade where the Panthers sent DJ Moore earlier in the offseason to the Chicago Bears to get that pick. We have the Philadelphia Eagles selecting Nolan Smith from Georgia. With the 11th overall pick with the Tennessee Titans, we have them picking Jackson Smith-Njigba from Ohio State. And with our top 12 is what we're going to be looking at, and then we're going to go back, guys, and really take a look at some possible changes, some picks that we have that could slide in. So with the 12th overall pick, we have the Texans select C.J. Stroud from Ohio State. So looking at that, we definitely think the Panthers are picking Bryce Young from Alabama. That is, I think that's pretty done deal in my book. The Texans, we have them selecting Will Anderson, but I also think that Will Levis from Kentucky could be an option that they could go with. When you're talking about the Cardinals, we have them picking Tyree Wilson, but also I think Devon Witherspoon is somebody that they would consider there, and Jalen Carter. Those are three players that I think the Cardinals will consider with that third overall pick. Looking at the fourth pick, the Colts, we have them selecting Will Levis, but I do think the Colts would consider here C.J. Stroud if Will Levis has gone off the board. The Seahawks, we have them selecting Anthony Richardson, but I also think Jalen Carter is definitely on the board for the Seattle Seahawks as well. Looking at the Lions, we have them selecting Jalen Carter, but we also know that they really love Tyree Wilson too. So Tyree Wilson and Jalen Carter, one of those two for the Lions. The Raiders, Devon Witherspoon is who we have selecting, but I also think C.J. Stroud is an option, and I also think that Gonzalez is an option from Oregon. The Falcons, Bijan Robinson, we have there selected. I think the Falcons could also consider Jackson Smith-Njigba there. with that pick, as they do need a wide receiver. Looking at the Bears, I think if Jalen Carter starts to fall, the Bears could select Jalen Carter, but Paris Johnson is our pick there. The Eagles, we have them select the Nolan Smith, but I also think they could go Jackson Smith Nigba, and I think they could also pick Bijan Robinson, one of those three players. The Titans, I think they're a team that could trade up to that third overall pick for the Cardinals and go after CJ Stroud with that pick. Looking at the Texans, they hold the 12th pick. I think that they could actually look at a player possibly like Hendon Hooker if C.J. Stroud is not there. They could also look at a player like Anthony Richardson. Um, but a lot of good players that are on the board that the Texans could get. But Will Anderson is definitely somebody that I think, in my book, who will be picked. And I do think, like, if Will Anderson does not get picked by the Texans, I think the Cardinals could hold on to that pick and pick Will Anderson. And I do also think the Lions will be very big on Will Anderson. With the Texans not picking Will Anderson, it'll change the draft because a lot of things will fall different if Will Anderson does not get picked there. So, guys, we hope you enjoyed our top 12 there on the mock draft. We were glad to do that for you, and we're very, very happy with everybody tuning in. And thank you so much. We definitely appreciate everybody following. Make sure you give us a follow on Twitter. Make sure you turn your notifications on for all the draft picks that we do every year when we announce those. Also, um, make sure that you come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, tell us what you think. But we're really happy here to be bringing you NFL news and NFL rumors. And we appreciate you letting us be your source for that. And it was a great Tuesday here with you. We'll go ahead and sign off, and we'll see you soon here from NFL Rumors.